Hello, beautiful souls and beings. Welcome to Soul Shift Messages. If you're going through a transition, awakening, or deep inner change, you're in the right place. Take a deep breath and let these messages meet you where you are. Remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. Nothing good ever comes out of forcing things to fit, and you know your story best. Trust your discernment. If you're new here, please know I cuss. Once I get going and the messages start flowing, I don't entirely know what's going to come out. If you stay, you've been warned. And if for any reason that doesn't work for you, that's perfectly fine. Please feel free to leave and find another channeler more in alignment with you. Let's go ahead and jump into the message today. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty straightforward, and I'm not really being guided to really add too much to it. This is not going to be a long message. And so my intent is really just to deliver it and then let it go and let this find who it's meant to find. So today's message is: the chaos is not your destiny. It is your pattern, and you can choose differently. So the overall message is there is a powerful shift happening, not just externally, but internally and collectively. We are standing at a threshold moment. Right now, there is immense creative intelligence available to us. Vision, influence, the capacity to build something more refined and conscious. But that same energy has become entangled in cycles of reaction, identity, defense, moral escalation, and emotional intensity. What feels like chaos is not random. It's patterned, protective, and familiar. Much of the noise we've been witnessing, this is the outrage, the polarization, and repeated conflicts, is not just about facts or events. It's about identity. It's about the fear of irrelevance, shame, grief, and a deep hunger to be seen and validated. When those vulnerabilities go unacknowledged, intensity becomes a substitute for power. All right, but here is the turning point, and there is a turning point. The pattern is visible now. The cycle is harder to deny. And that means a choice has arrived. We can continue to build through opposition and escalation, or we can reclaim the creative force that has been trapped inside reaction and redirect it toward conscious evolution. This is not just about behavior. It's about which archetype leads next, the agitator or the visionary. And that decision changes everything. So there is a complete arc to this message, and I am being guided to go through it piece by piece. So before I do that, the arc is inspiration, illusion, agitation, exposure, threshold, and renewal. This tells a story of struggle between archetypes, identities, and evolutionary stages. So let's go ahead and break this down. So first we have inspiration. There is immense creative intelligence available. This is vision, influence, capacity to shape narratives, capacity to build something higher. This energy is not fragile, it's strong, all right? But it's currently entangled All right. The same brilliance capable of elevation is being used to defend identity, sustain reactive narratives, escalate moral framing, and preserve roles built on opposition. The power is not missing, it is misapplied. And crucially, the visionary force is stronger than the chaos. It's just being drowned out by intensity. That's all that's happening. Next is illusion. The distortion is not merely misinformation, all right? It is psychological self-preservation. Stories are repeated until they feel like the truth. Perception becomes filtered through identity. Moral certainty replaces curiosity. But beneath the illusion lies shame, fear of irrelevance, fear of invisibility, fear of losing status or belonging, fear of being wrong, fear of disappearing. There is also a hunger to be seen, validated, and recognized. The agitation intensifies when recognition feels withheld. All right. The illusion protects vulnerability, and breaking it would require surrendering a familiar identity. All right. Agitation. This is not random chaos. It's not random. It is patterned, and conflict has become identity. Reaction has become power. Opposition has become relevance. There are secondary gains to this dysfunction. Community through shared outrage, relevance through controversy, adrenaline through conflict, clarity through having an enemy. Moral inflation is present. Disagreement becomes corruption. Error becomes malice. Opposition becomes existential threat. All of this fuels the beast archetype. Underneath it all, the nervous system is overstimulated. Dysregulation shrinks nuance. It collapses empathy. It accelerates binary thinking. All right, some of you may want to look into or talk to your doctor about supporting your nervous system and getting it re-regulated. All right, things like amino acids, magnesium could be helpful as well. There are options out there. Okay. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you to take them. I'm just saying they are options you can talk to your doctor about. Okay. But yeah, calm feels unsafe. Silence feels exposing. Resolution feels like loss. So friction is recreated. All right. The hidden drivers beneath the reactivity is grief. All right. When illusions thin, there is loss of certainty, enemies, identity roles, and familiar chaos. Rage masks grief. Defensiveness masks shame. Escalation masks fear. There is also erosion of trust. When trust collapses, suspicion fills the void. The conjurer archetype rises. Everything becomes questionable. Noise continues because silence would require reflection, and reflection would expose the pattern. All right, this is not, again, this message spans the individual, societal, the collective as a whole. All right. Exposure. The repetition has become undeniable. The cycle is surfacing. This is not a subtle phase, and it's not meant to be. Awareness has crossed a threshold. Even if the cycle attempts to repeat, it cannot fully hide anymore. The mask is slipping. All right? The threshold. This is not about balance. It is about which archetype leads. Is it going to be the agitator or the visionary? To cross the threshold requires humility, emotional sobriety, accountability, letting go of moral superiority, and releasing identity built on opposition. That is psychologically expensive. And that is why resistance is strong. The consequences if this pattern continues, all right? If agitation hardens, identity calcifies, burnout replaces intensity, creativity depletes, conflict narrows into smaller and smaller circles. That beast archetype will consume its host, and exhaustion will follow escalation. The opportunity if the pattern breaks, if illusion dissolves and reactivity is surrendered, creative energy is liberated. I'm hearing it is that simple. Energy previously used for defense becomes available for innovation, cultural rebuilding, mature discourse, visionary creation, system-led transformation. This is not merely personal evolution. This has collective implications. I'm hearing, what kind of world do you want to live in? Be the change you want to see. All right, so to wrap this up, there is extraordinary creative and visionary power present. It's here, all right? But it has become entangled in identity-based illusion, moral escalation, and compulsive reactivity driven by shame, grief, fear of irrelevance, and a hunger for recognition. The chaos is not destiny. It is a coping mechanism. I'm hearing recognize it for what it is. Call it by its name. The cycle continues because it provides identity, community, relevance, and stimulation. But the pattern is now visible. This is a threshold moment. Either escalate agitation to preserve identity, or surrender intensity, embrace humility, regulate the nervous system, and reclaim creative power for conscious evolution. Not just yours, but the collective. True power will not come from louder reaction. I've talked about this before. True power is embodied. It's embodied. You don't even have to say a word. People who are whole, people who are grounded, people who are standing in their autonomy can be felt. They are seen before they are ever heard. Your energy is powerful. You have a choice of how to use it and embody it. All right? It's gonna come, true power is gonna come from relinquishing the need to exist through opposition. All right? Evolution begins the moment identity is no longer built on conflict. And creative force is reclaimed from addiction to emotional intensity. Babies, that is the message. There's nothing more to say. There's nothing more to add. Which one, which archetype are you gonna embody to move forward? Are you gonna be the agitator or the visionary? I'm here and make your decision, set your intention, and align your actions to it. I'm here and it really is that simple. So I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, I think that's it. Until next time, take care of yourselves, beautiful souls and beautiful beings. Bye.